This is the DJI Mini 3 Pro, and this drone single-handedly got me back into flying drones. Let's talk about it. For context, this is the drone I first started flying with, the Mavic Air 1. When it first came out, I thoroughly enjoyed this drone because it was my first ever drone. It was great, it was small, and the arms just folded out like so, and you're off on the races, and then you get your remote hooked up and you're good to go. But once you get your phone involved, it just became a hassle, because either you would take the remote, unfold the bottom, then put your phone in, but if your phone is in a case, it doesn't fit in the bottom hole. So you'd have to take your phone out of its case just to hook it up. So then I was like, what if I can put my phone up here? Well, Polar Pro makes a adapter for such a thing, and I made a whole video about it. Now you're just overcomplicating it, and now it's a hassle, and now I don't want to fly this at all. So I just never really used it. Fast forward to the summer of 2022, where the DJI Mini 3 Pro comes in, and this thing is freaking fantastic. It is under the 250 gram limit before you have to actually have a license to fly this thing, and that's with the standard batteries. Now if you get the plus batteries for this thing, then it puts it over the weight limit, and then you're gonna need a license to fly this thing in most situations. And especially if you're traveling with this thing, you're gonna need it when you're in other countries, because each country has their own flight regulations when it comes to drones. Now initially I was like, ugh, another mini drone. The minis aren't that great. They're okay. They're better than the Mavic Air 1, but they're not amazing. When I was doing research for this drone, the video quality on this basically matches that of the Mavic Air 2S, and that thing is hecking expensive. Eventually that will be a drone I get. Now there is a rumored Mavic Air 3, maybe 3S, supposed to launch sometime this summer, I believe. Keeping an eye on that. Not going to be joining my arsenal anytime soon for various reasons, but when it comes out and when I have the finances, it's going to happen, probably. We'll see. But this thing has such great quality and has a 1/1.3 inch sensor, so you get really good video quality horizontally, and because the camera rotates, you get to take advantage of that full sensor instead of needing to crop in to the center of a wide shot and basically having a lower quality image or lower quality photo for your vertical content. It is because of the sensor that you can take 48 megapixel photos on this thing. For what it's worth, the camera I'm filming with, the Canon R5, is also a 48 megapixel sensor. So this small little drone packs a serious punch, because you can film in 4K up to 60 frames a second, and even in D-Cine-like. So basically what D-Cine-like is, there's standard picture profile, which is your baked in color. There's log, which is what I'm filming in with my Canon R5. D-Cine-like is basically halfway between standard and log. It supports the direct output of HDR footage and has dual native ISO, and has auto and pro camera settings. This drone comes with 3 flight modes. You got C for cinematic, N for normal, and S for sport. And it has all the things we love about the previous drones. You got your quick shots, you got your master shots, you got all the fun features like your boomerang, your circle around, your asteroid effect. It's all great. But I gotta say, for as much as I love this drone, I love that they launched a controller that has a built-in screen alongside it. This is the first drone to get it. It has later gained compatibility with the Mavic Air 2 and 2S. There's a couple other drones, but For most people, that's the important one. Being able to have this screen and not having to use your phone is just an absolute lifesaver, because nothing is worse than having your drone in the air and then getting a phone call mid-flight, knowing that you only have a couple minutes left on your battery and you're worried about it coming back, and you're like, Mom, you good? Being able to have this does in fact come at a price. If you are going to pick up the Mini 3 Pro and this controller, it does add up very quickly, but it is well worth it if you can afford it. There is a cheaper option that comes with a remote where it basically has this guy built into the top and you can just mount your phone there and it all stores away nicely. But if you can splurge for it, this is the controller you're gonna want. End of story. The one other pro/con I've had with this drone is I love that it can fit in the Peter McKinnon X Nomadic Sling Bag alongside my Canon R5 with the 15-35 on the body. And I can also fit the remote in with it, basically have no problems. The only problem comes, heaven forbid I try to also squeeze in the top microphone into the bag. At that point, it becomes a very tight fit. Not something I do very often, something I did when I shot all the B-roll for this video. Is it great? No. Is it a true con of the drone? No. Is it a thing I've experienced and figured I'd share for those who also have the bag I use? Yes. So take that for what you will. So overall, if you are looking for a starter drone for your YouTube, for whatever, I highly recommend the Mini 3 Pro. I know the Mini 3 has since come out and it is cheaper. However, in my opinion, the extra features you get with the Pro are well worth it, especially when it comes to the sensors on this thing, because you got sensors up front and sensors in the back, as well as sensors underneath. There are no side sensors on this thing, and there are no side sensors on the Mini 3, but on the Mini 3, you lose all of the top sensors. So in my opinion, the extra features of the Mini 3 Pro are well worth it if you're looking to get a drone. So I know that was a quick review of the DJI Mini 3 Pro. If you're looking to pick this up for yourself, there will be a link down in the description. And on your way down there, don't forget to hit subscribe and hit the like button while you're at it. I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.